How's everybody?
Hi, Graham. This time of day is I'm cooking and I'm doing homework and everything. So we must speak quickly, please. Okay.
You're gonna burn something.
Good and you, Graham.
I'm good, thanks. And Rentia needs to drink wine.
Not today.
So do I.
Yourself. And yourself, Alta. You were busy with moving. Who's busy with moving?
No, we're busy renovating here in Oyster Bay.
That was
for a short
me.
while.
Oh, are you moving?
Not-
Let's get the show started. Rentia, you came up with some questions for the ladies.
Yes. Who shall I talk to first? Alta.
Up to you.
First of the alphabet.
Okay, yeah. Alta. Okay, so you did the White Swan.
Yes.
And how did you choose your reference? How did you decide what to do?
Well, I looked at photos, a lot of photos, and then I decided which photo talks to me. So I choose that one.
So you went with your gut feel.
Yes, I always do. I like something must speak to me, and I must be able to use it somewhere. It mustn't be a dead something.
Oh, that's excellent. And composition, did you think about your composition before you started, or did you just like the photo?
I did think about the composition because it's difficult from a photo to break it down into little bits so that it doesn't look like a photo. So yeah, I do think about the composition beforehand, which colors I'm going to use, most dominant colors, and especially with the white, that was difficult to create white with all the other colors, but I enjoyed that.
It always is with white, but well done. I really liked yours, and yours is my favorite.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Pleasure.
Alta, how long have you been taking part in the competition?
Oh, I think for about 4 years now. Yeah, since we bought this place, I started. The day we moved in here, well, came here and started renovating. It's actually a long story. I just have a table here. So one side was for all the building material and the other side was for my art things that I kept busy with that to keep me alive while we were renovating here.
Okay, cool. And what do you do during the day when you're not on the art challenge with Rentia group?
Well, it's very quiet here where we are. There's no shops. We're about 400 houses. So I keep busy with a little bit of housework, and then I come and sit and I paint and I try and learn new things. I've been trying watercolors now, seascapes with watercolors. Okay. So I try and do something every week to keep me busy. My husband says that's all I do all day.
Sounds familiar.
Are you selling your art?
Well, I have. Before COVID, we used to have a Christmas market here. Okay. And Oyster Bay is quite famous for its beautiful sunsets. So I did a lot of sunsets and I sold quite a few. And there are a few people here that commissioned that I paint a few sunsets for them.
Everyone disappeared.
But not too much. I still need to sell many, many more.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Ina, are you okay there?
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
You're back.
Okay. It says my internet connection is unstable. So
yeah. I think everybody's got that today. Did you get the chats that we're having with Alta?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Cool.
And I would like to congratulate Alta. I love the movement she got. Dit was prachtig. It was absolute stunning.
Baie dankie. Baie dankie. Yeah, thanks. I appreciated your comment.
Janet?
Yes, hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, good. You see the gremlins we have to put up with, eh?
Hi, Janet.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
Meet you. And you.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, Alta.
Hi, Janet.
Ina, you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, okay, sorry. Which
fine.
one was Janet? Is Janet the one with the ostriches or the chicken?
The rooster.
rooster was fantastic, really.
Thank you.
Have you been using jig and ink often?
Yes, I've done it quite a bit, quite a few years, and the more I do it, the more I realize it has such potential in that you can go very, very dark or very, very light, and you can do a diluted version of the ink and a diluted version of the jig, and you can get multiple different lights and darks and textures, and you can spray it on, or you can use a pen or a paintbrush. So yeah, lots of fun. You can work forward and backwards, so you go darker and then you jig it out in places, and then you come back later and you go back in with the ink. And yeah, it's a fascinating medium.
Wonderful. You know, I can see you're very competent with the medium. Well done.
Thank you.
Really awesome. And it was just such a cute, sort of fun, divine thing. You know, we enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a sort of, it made us smile when we saw that tattoo.
Good.
You know? So well done.
I live on a farm, and I have a little colorful bantams, but this was one of the staff chickens who had those beautiful black and white speckles, and I was watching them, and this chap was just going jumping
And
Yeah.
he had some movement. He had some great movement as well. Hey?
you asked for movement.
Yeah, we got that.
Man. I've got a question. You guys were saying something about jig.
Yes.
Okay, I lost that part.
The medium that I use is mainly a Quink ink, which is a water-soluble ink. It's a Parker, Parker product.
Mhm.
And if you overlay it or paint over it with jig, then you get those white and yellowy layers and effects, which
Okay.
is fascinating. Yeah.
And that was on a paper.
On paper. Yeah, a watercolor paper. So a good, strong paper.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Sorry,
you have to,
It lifts it off. It lifts
Yeah.
the ink off, which
Yes.
which is amazing. And it's got to be that ink and because it doesn't do it with all inks.
Yeah.
exactly.
Some watercolor inks do have an effect, but Quink is the one that mainly has that lovely. And then you get browns and yellows, and the Quink ink goes blue and black, so it's got a multiple layers of different colors.
Okay. Rentia?
Janet, I would like to know what's your favorite medium?
Oh, all of them.
I feel the same.
Yeah, then I get into oils, then I get into acrylics, then I get into watercolors, pen and ink, charcoal, and yeah, I love doing a lot of urban sketching type of things. Wherever I go, I sketch. So in the end, it becomes pen or pencil or watercolor, whatever's quick and you can get down as quickly as possible. Yeah.
We have to get together. We have to get together.
Sounds wonderful.
And I would like to know about the challenge. How does it inspire you, and how did you find the change, the move from my specific set out to what Graham is offering at the moment? How does it inspire you to paint?
I think having an incentive of a prize is always very, very nice. Not that one paints for a prize, but it's nice to have that dangled ahead of you. But I did some of the watercolor challenges, and I think I did some of there were some other challenges I did last year. During lockdown, there were some lovely challenges that I just thought, I saw a friend of mine doing it. I thought, oh, that's a lovely subject. Or there was flowers or something that I don't always, sometimes think, oh, no, I don't think I could do that. Like this children one. I don't know, that's not me. But maybe that's part of the challenge. Maybe you need to try something where you're really out of your depth.
Yes, but you're going to love it.
And then Janet, you sell your art as well?
I've been working at it for a little while now. I saw the one question, am I a professional? I'm a farmer's wife, so my profession is first and foremost a farmer's wife. But I'm passionate about my art. So I have got myself to a stage where quite a few people know that I paint, and I've been involved in lots of exhibitions and been fortunate to have sold some things. And I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and a lot of my friends will contact me that way and, you know, either commission something or buy what I've put up, which is very gratifying.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Right.
So you are working your way around the social media.
Yeah, well, I can tell you about 5 years ago now, I was on one of these challenges. A friend of mine said, you know, paint one a day for 5 days and share it on Instagram or whatever it was, social media. And I was overseas at the time. And then I said, well, I'm doing all these beautiful Italian buildings and what have you. Let me carry on. And I carried on for a year. And then, and I counted, and I've still kept track. So if you look on my Instagram or my Facebook account, you'll see I put a little number at the end. So I'm on like 1,360 now.
Oh, good.
But it's not every day. But it's continuous, yeah. So
Oh, very
it's
cool.
just
Right. That's inspiring.
it gets easier and it gets nicer, and the more you do, the more fun it is. So it's lovely.
Sure, yeah, for sure. Annie,
Yeah.
is everything
hear me?
working now? Yes, we can hear you.
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm glad that you can hear me. I wish you could see what I can see on my screen.
Now we
can
see you.
Can you see everything
Not
on your
too
screen?
much, but I can see the ladies when they're talking, and then I've got an ACF picture of you in the middle. But
Yes.
don't worry, let's just carry on. If you can see me and I can talk, I'm happy.
That's fine.
We
You can
see
watch.
you.
You can watch the magic I do with the edited video, and then you'll see everybody. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Rentia?
Yes, nice to meet you, Anne. I was wondering what the lady with the ostriches looked like.
As scruffy as an ostrich.
I want to ask you, how did you do that texture on the babies? Because that was just phenomenal. I really enjoyed those little glossies on the babies.
And it was amazing how it just happened. You will know, you suddenly get a texture with the tip end of the brush, and you realize it's got to go around like a pom-pom. And then I
Yes.
used gel pens to do some of the fine highlighting. I hadn't got a steady hand with the brush, so I used some of those to get
Oh,
the
that's
flex.
great. Beautiful. And it got so many likes. You did so well. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it was the those little ones. I mean, they're really scrawny and they are appealing.
Very, very much so. Well done. And the
Thank you.
reference, where did you get the reference photo?
Well, that is somebody's photo, which I Googled and Googled and Googled, and I found it, but I could not find the photographer to ask if I could use it. So I'm afraid I used it without his permission. Normally, in our family, in the bush, we take a lot of photographs, and friends ask for our photographs if they want to paint animals. And I was sad I didn't get hold of it.
But you changed it a lot, I'm sure. And it's really beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
Janet, may I say to you, you see, people think Anne thinks it was her babies that did it, and Rentia loved her babies. So it's important to paint children because they're the symbols of the future, and they love and joy, and you know what, they're so in the moment. You know, if you can capture one of those moments of something that they do, it's just so wonderful, you know.
I'll
And
give it a go.
if you do urban sketching and life drawing, then it should be easy for you.
We'll try.
You know, you want to ask Anne something about the ostriches.
Oh, and I just want to tell you, I think they're absolutely lovely. And I also love those little ones. I had a friend that had ostriches, and so I know them quite well, you know, and on a plot just down the road from us. And I mean, the mommy was so cheeky. She used to just take my children when they were little. She used to take the bread out their hands. So they didn't really like the ostriches, but they did love the babies.
Oh, so cute.
No, so it was well done, really well done.
I seem to have started with static birds that can't fly. So the movement had to come with the children. I thought, well, the babies will have a bit of movement.
Yeah.
But, was it Lise? She also did the ostrich, but she did one in the dust. So that was also very successful. Elsie, the one in the dust.
Yeah.
So there's movement in an ostrich. You know, if you can get those wings flapping and a bit of dust, that would also
Beautiful.
work. Yeah. And how often do you paint? Are you
Well,
retired?
I retired, but hardly do I work a lot. I have 4 grandchildren, and I spend a lot of time carting and fetching and whatnot. As they have access to my home because I live in the property, so they're in and out my cottage all the time. So it's difficult sometimes. But I started last year. I've taught children art and craft. I've taught for 50 years, but I've never painted. So
Wow.
I just thought, well, I'll start with abstract because I thought that no one can say there's a right or a wrong. But so I did some online courses with Nicholas Wilton and Judy Woods just to get going. And so this is my beginning. And then the next was you. I've been on 3 times. I've tried to paint for your group. So
well
Oh,
done.
wow. That's amazing.
But it's very exciting. I'm thrilled with it. It's my turn now, and I've never ever had that opportunity for me to do it.
And there's so much to learn. If you start looking around at all the different mediums and techniques, and you just get totally engulfed in it, you know, it's all you want to do is learn and paint.
Well, that's why I was so lucky to hear about the bleach. I mean, I was fascinated by how you'd got those fantastic light and dark shades. And I mean, I don't even know how to seal a painting at the end. What you use a varnish, a spray? I haven't even got that far.
You must just ask. And if you know what, today you can Google anything. Just type in the question and you'll get the answer. There's one website, Wet Canvas. And the artists keep on asking questions and they get all the answers they look for. So just to have a look at Wet Canvas.
I'll do that. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's free, you know, you just type your little question and you get 50 or so artists to answer you. And it's really very enlightening.
I do Google a lot, obviously, so because that's the only way you're going to get going.
Learning
Exactly.
experience,
Yeah.
We're at my favorite part of the show. Alta, what is your ultimate challenge?
You know what? I also love Italy and I love Venice and I love those rustic doors on the canals. So I was thinking of doors for air pastels because I've also started playing around with pastels and that's also quite a very frustrating medium. So yeah, I was thinking of that.
Soft pastels.
Love it, yes.
Soft pastels, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Soft pastels.
So a European city with closed doors in pastels.
You know, you see the cracked walls and one side is yellow and the other side is another color and you see the bricks coming through. Yes, something like that. Just the door.
Okay, cool. And Janet, what's your ultimate challenge?
My ultimate challenge, as in what I think is most difficult to me, or is it what I enjoy painting the most?
Basically, what would you like to see as a challenge?
I live in the Karoo, and my favorite in a way is just those wide open spaces. So I know you've recently did one with a farmyard, but I'm thinking more, you know, the long distance with the layers of mountains or a skyscape that is dramatic or something like that. Just because it's sort of the ultimate landscape scene is a vast Karoo scene or a vast any landscape with the distance and the atmosphere and the depth. I'd say any medium because obviously oil is sort of ideal for that. Pastels would work just as well. But acrylic is just so immediate. Well, it's hard to get the depth with acrylic because it tends to be very bright and hard and strong. So, you know, do you make it open to all? Watercolors is ideal for it.
True.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, you know that my very dear friend was LiQWYD. We used to paint together for very many years. And he always said that the ultimate in a South African landscape is a Karoo scene. That's why he painted the Karoo. We used to go to the Karoo every year to go and paint it because that was so typical African. You know, when people saw that, they equated to that and they wanted to buy an African scene, you know, rather than something foreign, something that everybody knew as African. So to me, it's a quintessential African scene is a Karoo scene. And now I just want to say, so the door challenge is also a lovely challenge, but you know, I don't think it's that you should limit it to overseas because a lot of people haven't been there, and we have some beautiful doorways in South Africa. You know, if you go to little villages all over, like Buckestrom has some beautiful ones all over. So I think just, you know, an interesting doorway would be nice.
Right. Good idea.
Annie?
I'm fortunate enough to travel with a family into the bush. So I go to the Karoo and Free State and different places. They're all into game. They've been game rangers and things like that. So the veld is my great interest. And when years ago, and when I was traveling through the Free State, I loved those sandstone buildings. And I thought how nice it would be able to paint those blocks, those stones. And also the Karoo, as you say, the wonderful landscapes. There is so much where I travel that I would like to paint. And I've only got as far as in watercolors and acrylics. I got into anything else like charcoals and sketching and oils. All these wonderful doors are still to be opened.
Those are the easiest. Okay, so you must try oils because they're the easiest.
Yeah,
And charcoal too. Charcoal is such a forgiving medium. It's always good to you know, practice in charcoals. Kom Ina.
Ek hou nie daarvan om vuil te wees nie. Hoorie, so ek doen môre. I've got an exhibition tomorrow starting with, I've got 9 charcoals on. I've never shown them before, so it's the first time they're going to be shown. And they've all been framed in the whole story, but I don't really like being so dirty. But anyway, I do it.
Well done.
I shall do, but you know, I mean, I'm new to charcoal. Was the most difficult thing for me because I didn't do it. I mean, I've been painting in oils and watercolors for years and years and years, and acrylics and everything else. So I had to kind of learn how to do charcoal. And okay, I've now mastered it, but it was more difficult for me. You know, I didn't think it was as easy as painting.
That's very cool. Rentia, anything more on your side?
No, I have to say that the quality of the work was very high, and I was pleasantly surprised by all the entries, and they did so well. And I hope that everyone's happy, and they're welcome to send in their ideas of challenges as well. You know, if they've got an idea that they would like you to use, they can just post it on the group.
I think we need to do another poll like the bird one. The bird one was the one that we did with a poll.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, that video with the birds on YouTube got more views in the first 2 days than any of the other videos. So I think we're on the right track here.
That's fantastic. It's growing by the minute.
Okay, now I just say also that we don't have Merais on here today because she couldn't make it. But I would just like to recommend her painting. It really blew me away. It was so beautiful the way she managed the dark and the light, and it was really that it had that wow factor. You know, when you look at it, it was like wow. You know, and so I really loved that one.
Hi everyone, this is Elsie Maria Everts, or you can just call me Merais. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself an artist, although I'm arty. I've always been involved in drawing, painting, all kinds of crafts since I was a little girl. When I went to high school, I discussed art as an extra subject with my principal, but the school principal thought that art was a hobby and not a subject, and he refused. So after matric, I wanted to go to university and study art, but my brother convinced me that I don't have the temperament, whatever that means, but I listened to him, and I changed to the College of Education in Bloemfontein, where I studied to become a teacher. I've taught all the subjects, all the grades from grade R up to matric. I've taught everything in my career. Then also I helped my friend who wrote a children's book by illustrating, making the illustrations of her book. Yeah, I'm always busy with some kind of arty something. I always have a bee in my bonnet. At the house where I'm staying now, I have a big splashing whale on the garage door because we're living close to the coast, and it's so wonderful being by the seaside that I just had to express myself somewhere. I do paint normal pictures sometimes, usually not in oils because it gives me bad sinusitis, but I use acrylics and watercolors and all kinds of other things. But I do like being involved in big projects and doing things that normal people don't do. So yeah, I still have paint on all my clothes. My husband said the other day he can understand that you do get paint on your clothes, but on everything. Now that's me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for choosing my picture as one of the finalists, and thank you for creating this wonderful group. It's lovely being part of the group, and I hope to see lots more of everybody's work. It's really exciting every time that we post our paintings. I can't wait to see what everyone has done, and be well.
That's the question
Bye.
I would have liked to ask is how did you manage to get those colors so clean and keep them clean and vibrant? Because, it can so easily go muddy, and she just did a stellar job. I think she really managed the oil so well.
Rentia, I'm sure Ella will watch the video and give us her answers in the comments.
Thank you.
Have you ladies started your watercolor challenge for next week?
Yes, we're practicing.
Janet?
Been up.
Every day, practicing every day.
And yourself, Alta?
I actually today. So
Okay,
I sat here while waiting. I started sketching and looking at what I want to do. So I'll most probably start tomorrow.
Okay. Annie, you've got lots of kids to be painting.
I started this the minute that it came out, and it was hilarious because all parents of grandchildren wanted their grandchildren in the picture.
Annie, paint one kid from behind and tell them all it's their kid.
Good idea.
That's a great idea. Graham, but we can't paint because we haven't received our watercolor sets yet.
I promise you, yours is in the post. Before you know it, it's going to be at your door.
Hi, Graham. I've got my parcel. So what do we have here? This is the watercolors, Faber-Castell, watercolors, 48 colors. Ina recommends it highly, so it should be very good quality. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at the colors, nice and bright. I will definitely do my challenge with them. They've got some nice neon colors as well. Look at that. Beautiful colors, and there's a little brush pen that you can also use, and a sponge. So I would highly recommend this. There's a nice little palette to do your color mixing.
That's all. Thank you so much for joining, guys.
It was a pleasure and it's a privilege.
For all of us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I look
Thank
forward
you.
to everyone's paintings.
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
Definitely.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.